And now we're talking about how to consistently make every day your best day ever. So I've talked about this a couple times before, but I just love talking about it so much that I'm going to continue talking about it. Dive in, believe that every day is our best day ever, and keep sharing and enrolling myself and sharing and enrolling you. Awesome. Monica, best day ever. Promise. Jump off. Go kick butt. E-Women Network. Crushing it. Crushing it. Crushing it. Okay, so best day ever. What is your best day ever? Well, first off, it's today. Today's your best day ever. And you might be saying, Chris, today is not my best day ever. I didn't get married today. It wasn't my birthday today. I didn't go to Venice, Italy today. I did not da-da-da-da. Okay? So first, the first thing that we have to know, we must know about the best day ever is if we are in the comparison game, the game of comparing what actually is the best day ever, that's a losing game. We will never experience fulfillment if we're constantly comparing to some event in the future, when we graduate, when we get the promotion, when we get the house, the dream woman or man, when we get the status, when we are impacting the entire world with our message, yes, yes. Or the past, right? The past of, we had a great day, a great date, met the man or woman of our dreams. It was magical. And then from then on, it went downhill. Whatever it is for you, it went uphill. I scratched that, went uphill. What is it? What is the best day ever? When you picture that in your mind, first off, most people aren't even clear. So if you're not clear on what your best day ever is, like, have you literally written out what your best day ever looks like? I know it's been a while for me, so I'm totally going to be honest. But I have done it. I have written out multiple times what my best day looks like. Whether that's 10 years in the future, 15, 20 years in the future, and how I'm attracting that into my life. I've put myself there. I've written out the details, who I'm hanging out with, what it's like, what the experience is. Boom, right? Like, I get that. So if you haven't taken the time to really develop that best day ever and think about it and dream and give yourself permission to go there, then you're not going to ever experience what that's like. You're not going to have the magnetic attachment to your vision, like Gina was just talking about. Do you have the pull? Is your vision pulling you? Is your best day ever pulling you? Now, once you design your best day ever, you could say, this is my best day ever. I wrote it out right here. Boom, best day ever. But today, I'm not achieving this. I'm not achieving my best day ever. I'm not flying on helicopters. I'm not traveling the world. I'm not speaking in Paris. I'm not scuba diving in Australia. I don't care. Whatever, right? Whatever it is for you that's your best day ever that you draw out, write out. You might say, that's my best day ever because I just created it. Today's not my best day ever. Now, here's the thing. When you design your best day ever, you get to design it however you want it to look. And because you get to design it, you are the author of your reality. Of your reality. You're the creator of the meaning you give things. So you might make it mean that riding on a helicopter is the most exhilarating, fun, adventurous thing ever. Other people might not make it mean that same thing. Cool. Now we get that this is all your perspective is what that means. It's your perspective on what is the best day ever, and your best day ever is not the same thing as someone else's best day ever. But the reason why we do things, the reason why we want to go in a helicopter, the reason why we want to travel, the reason why we want to achieve and fly and do all kinds of amazing stuff, become really wealthy, stay young forever, is because there's a certain emotion that is attached to that experience. When we have the experience of flying in a helicopter, the emotion is free, is fun, is happy, is joyous, is grateful, is emotionally overwhelmed, and you're crying because you're just so happy that you finally got there, right? There's a emotion. We only do things because of the emotion that we think we are going to get when we get there. That's why so many people can spend their entire lives working their way up the corporate ladder miserable thinking that once they get to the top, then they'll be happy. Then when they own the car of their dreams, then when they own the house of their dreams, then they'll be happy. The fact is, they want the emotion that those achievements and accomplishments will produce for them. Here is the beauty of life. We get to create our state, our bodily state, our mind state, our energetic state. We get to create and choose our state. If you're not happy right now, you can do things right now in this moment to get happier. You can jump up and down. You can put your hands on your heart and sing. You can pray. You can punch a punching bag and get your anger out and then be much more free and freed up. So if taking all that into consideration, we're not comparing, right? Comparison is the fastest way to feel less than, because it's never a winning game. Like, even if you did better than what you thought you did, for example, you want to make $1 million and you made 1.2 million, that comparison, it's like, cool, I made 1.2 million, now I got to make 1.5 or 2 million or 5 million or 10 million. And that comparison is a never-ending game that doesn't really provide fulfillment, because you'll achieve it, but then you will actually keep the emotion, because it's not about the achievement, it's about the emotion. It's about the what? Emotion. That's right. So comparison is the fastest way to not be having your best day ever, every day. The second thing is getting clear on what your best day ever looks like, so you know kind of what it would take to have you be emotionally fulfilled. And then the third thing is, what are the emotions that you will get when you have that best day ever? When you have that best day ever, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years ever, kind of designing your life, your vision for your life, your dream life, when you have that experience, what are the emotions that you feel? What are the emotions that you want out of those experiences? Figure out, I want to feel happy. I want to feel accomplished. I want to prove someone right or wrong. I want to be unstoppable. I want to feel unstoppable. I want to feel respected. I want to feel admired. I want to feel feared. Maybe you want people to fear you. I don't know. You want to feel connected. You want to feel welcomed. You want to feel a part of a community. You want to feel family, love, compassion, grace, kindness, generosity, abundance, whatever it is. You're doing all these things for this feeling. So knowing those three things, comparison, don't do it. I highly recommend against it. Like, you are your best right now. Just choose I am my best now. 2, having the best day ever. What does that look like? And then 3, really pulling the emotions from that event. Now what? Now that we know that we can pull those emotions and have that event and the significance of achieving this thing 20 years in the future, we can have the significance of that now. The significance is you get to feel those emotions. So you can feel those emotions now. And now you can make these emotions your top priority, your top focus. How do I stay in the optimal emotional state? Emotional and mind and physical state throughout today. Everyone's given 24 hours. How do you invest your 24 hours? What are you spending your time doing? How does it make you feel? Who are you being as you do it? Okay, those are some really basic questions that the awareness of them on a moment-by-moment basis will transform your life. 24 hours. How are you going to spend it? Who are you going to be as you're spending it? What emotions are you going to feel? So let's dive into this a little bit more. I'm committed that every day is my best day ever. You might ask, how is that possible, Chris? Like, every day is not going to be your best day ever. Well, here's the thing. I only have this present moment. I don't have tomorrow promised. I don't have 3 hours from now promised. I don't have 2 seconds from now promised, because who knows? Something could happen, world disaster, and I die. Okay? That's just the irony of life. Some people spend their entire lives working so hard to get somewhere, and then they're gone. And I bet you their soul or their karma is like, dude, you did it again. You didn't even pay attention to life. You worked so hard and you're miserable. You get to go back now. So, best day ever. Right? I get to choose today is my best day ever. Why would I choose that? How do I choose that? Well, it's simply a choice. It's a perspective. Because I'm not promised the future. The past is gone, right? Like we're gone. That thing's gone. So all I have is this present moment to create. And if all I have is this present moment to create, what kind of a foundation do I want to create from? Do I want to create from a faulty, cracked, leaky, nasty, broken foundation? Or do I want to create from a sturdy, stable, rock-solid, powerful foundation? I want to create from a sturdy, stable, rock-solid, powerful foundation. And that foundation for me is today is the best day ever. And every day is my best day ever. And I get to choose that on a moment-by-moment basis. So when I choose today is the best day ever, well, let's choose the opposite. Today sucks. Okay, a lot of people are walking around. Today sucks. Today, I'm afraid. I don't know if I'm going to make it through. I'm scared, worried, anxious. Hope this guy doesn't do this. How could she? How could he? Man, my bank account's getting low. I don't know if I'm going to make it in time. Yada yada yada. Right? Lots of stuff that comes with today sucks. I could live my life through that perspective. Now, here's a scenario when I live life through that perspective that would have me see that I don't want to live life through that perspective. If I wake up and I say today sucks, and I stub my toe, and I'm late getting out of the house, and I stop by the coffee store, right? Starbucks, whatever. And I'm in there, I'm ordering my coffee, and in walks Jim Carrey. Okay? If I'm having the worst day ever, one, Jim Carrey's probably not even going to walk in the first place. Let's be honest. Or a sucky day. Today sucks. Today sucks. Pff, today sucks. Jim Carrey's not going to walk through that door. Don't BS me, right? Like, that's the attitude of today sucks. Skeptical, doubtful, beaten down. No way. Screw you. Leave me alone. Okay? That's the attitude. But let's say Jim Carrey walks in the door. If I'm in a today sucks kind of energy or vibration or whatever it might be, and Jim Carrey walks in, do you think that my energy is going to connect with his insane level of epic energy and great energy? You know, it could be that he's feeling similar to me and we connect on that frequency. And in my opinion, I don't think it's going to work. I don't think I'm not going to be able to stand up and connect with him and build a relationship with him and actually leave a meaningful impact to where, you know, he remembers me or he wants to grow a connection, build a relationship with me. Now, if I am having a today sucks mentality and he walks in the room and I try to go talk to him, he's probably going to be like, hey, what's going on? You know, like, you're kind of wasting my time. I got a coffee to get. Sorry, brother. You know, love you. Sending you love. Keep up the great work. Keep doing your thing. Because I'm going to have this background energy of, oh, it's probably not going to work. He's probably not even going to listen to me. He's not going to follow up. Today sucks. Blah, 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 right? Running that kind of a mindset. So the opportunities that are placed in front of us on a moment-by-moment basis, if today is not the best day ever, or, you know, like anything anywhere near that, you could say today's a great day, today's awesome, I'm blessed, etc., I choose to be the best, to be my best, and make every day the best. If it's not there, then it's going to be the other direction. And that other direction, you're not going to be present to opportunities. The opportunities that come to you and land in your lap are not going to be received, because when today sucks and you're doubtful, you're ungrateful, you're pissed off, you're closed off, you're energetically low, right, in some kind of low vibration, life and the universe may send you gifts and present you with opportunities and thoughts. You might have a thought to go talk to Jim Carrey, but you'll probably be like, nah, I feel like crap. He wouldn't want to talk to me. I'm nothing, right? Or a beautiful woman walks in the room and you're like, oh, ooh, man, she's really hot. She probably doesn't want to talk to me. She's probably busy. Or you're at the gym and you're working out and you did 8 reps and today sucks and you're like, that's probably good enough. Nah. It's kind of that vibe. Life wants to place opportunities and thoughts into your space, energy into your space of upliftment, of a gift, of receiving. And if you're considering that today sucks, you will not be able to receive that gift. So today is the best day ever. Energetically, mindset-wise, opens you up to receiving, to accessing, to being the person who's able to get that life, to receive, to live the best day ever. If I wake up and I say today is the best day ever, and I, don't stub my toe, or even if I do, and I am not late, or even if I am, I'm still like, I stubbed my toe, big deal. No big deal. Walk out the door, I'm late. I'm late. It's all good. Today's still the best day ever. Grateful, excited to be alive. My skin is staying on me. It's not falling off. Okay, good. Hair not falling. Oh, well, some of us. So today's the best day ever, right? Today's the best day ever, and I get to create within that space, within that context, within that mindset. When today is the best day ever, I can show up as Chris Burns, my greatest self, my greatest possible self, my greatest possibility. I can show up maximum capacity, ready to receive. So I say today's the best day ever. I walk into Starbucks and I'm like fired up. My chest is out. I'm like, yeah, today's awesome. Jim Carrey, bro, Jim Carrey, you were freaking awesome. That's probably like the star fanboy, fangirl, whatever, like starstruck. Oh my God, versus what celebrities and movie stars, just a tip, because I'm planning on living as a celebrity, just so you know. Get my autograph now. I'm planning on that. So, I know that they don't want to be like overwhelmed with like that they're so important and so special and so magnificent. They get that enough. What they want is someone who respects them. They want someone who sees them for the value that they actually bring. They want someone who actually has a deep intellectual conversation with them, who acknowledges them for all their gifts and abilities. And just like, man, Jim Carrey, I just want to let you know, dude, you're a super big inspiration, and I acknowledge you for all the work and the artistry that you've done and created and birthed into this world. It's so amazing, right? And I'm totally like speaking this right now. Probably would be even more difficult live in person. And, just like go over and say thank you. Go over and say, I really appreciate what you're doing. How's your day going? How are you? And even like a question like, who is Jim Carrey really? Like, who are you really? Like, what are you doing here in this Starbucks, in this coffee shop? What are you doing in life? What are you up to? What are you excited about? And just like getting him to share his passion, what he's up to, what he's creating. So that's just an example of when you're living your best day ever. You're open and receptive to opportunities. Let's say it's the woman who walks into the coffee shop instead of Jim Carrey, or man. I'll use woman just because it's my preference. So I'll walk over to the woman and say, "Hey, how's it going?" I'll start a conversation because I'm like, today's the best day ever. Hey, are you having the best day ever? Most people are pretty jarred by that. I've found that like there's a kind of numbed state of tranquility that most people are living in life through. And if you come up to them, are you having the best day ever? They're like, bro, what are you on? What are you on? And you just get to keep being yourself, because you'll attract the right people, and people who aren't meant to receive that and be that, you'll repel. So let's say this woman responds favorably to that energy. Are you having the best day ever? She's like, yeah, I'm having a great day. Well, I don't know about the best day ever, but it's a great day. It's like, cool. And then I'll probably explain to her about the best day ever, how all we have is this present moment, yada, yada, yada. And then I'll ask her, are you from around here? Do you come to Starbucks often? What's your favorite part about Starbucks? Got any exciting plans for the rest of January? Is your 2018 starting out awesome? Got any big goals for the year? Just doing my usual spiel. And I would be able to have that conversation. Versus if today sucks and I'm letting that mindset run me, and I'm not aware, I'm not present to the fact that all these thoughts are going on, then I'm probably not going to go over and talk to her. I'm like, I got work to do. Right? And we use those excuses and justifications of why we don't go after the things that we really want. Best day ever has us be available and willing to take action on the things that we really want. So are you creating your best day ever? I want you to type in right now, BDE, best day ever. You can type it in either way, BDE or best day ever, if you're committed to making today and every day your best day ever. And if you have any questions, if it's not quite clear, if you still have reservations, if you're still like, yeah, Chris, it sounds great, but let me know the buts. I'm curious what those are. I'm curious, what is going on in your reality, in your world that would have you not think you have access, or possibly not think that you have access to your best day ever every single day, because I know it's made a huge difference for me. And I'm totally going to be authentic here. I still deal with and constantly am letting go and giving up the conversation of today's my best day ever. Come on, bro. Today's not your best day ever. Can you really have your best day ever? Is today better than yesterday? Are you really, is that true? Are those words true? And it's like this doubt and this internal critic that is so insatiable and such a big blessing, because it's Gina reminded me to breathe a lot more. I'm committed to breathing a lot more. So insatiable that it wants to, I'm grateful for it, because it's teaching me how to be relentless with my vision, relentless with what I say I'm committed to, my love, my compassion, my grace, my gratitude. I'm grateful for my inner critic. Thank you, inner critic. Thank you for all of your support and help and contribution to me being my greatest possible self. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I did want to check in with that and hear if there's anything that you guys are thinking that's coming up as you have your best day ever, because today we're talking about best day ever, and I wanted to get that foundation clean and clear before we focused on engineering consistency, before we started focusing on really having that best day ever every single day. And how do we do that? Okay, so best day ever, BDE, type it in the comments if you're committed to your best day ever, every single day. And we're going to keep moving on. Best day ever, every single day. How do you engineer that consistency? So we got past the foundation of, okay, so now I give myself permission to have the best day ever every single day. I know what my best day ever looks like if I could literally create it. Cool. Now, does my current reality and that future, does the fact that they're different, does that make my day less than that best day ever? No, it doesn't. It's a choice. You get to choose. You get to say what is your best day ever. And again, all you have is this present moment. So why would you give that day that hasn't yet happened the power over your best day ever, the power over comparing and making your present moment less than, not enough? You don't. You won't. You don't. Cool? So that future is also a best day ever. And guess what? You can have as many best days ever as you want, ladies and gentlemen, as many as you want, because there is no limit. The only limit is the limit that you say exists, the one in your mind, the one in between your ears. That's the only limit, and there are no limits. We are infinite beings, right? Infinitely powerful, infinitely capable, and we don't understand, as Gina was saying in the last interview, we don't even understand the scope. We have not even begun to understand the scope of our infiniteness, of our limitless, of our unlimited nature. So it's a beautiful thing. So you can have as many best days ever as you want. First off, I'm giving you permission. Give yourself permission. I invite you right now. Say, I am giving myself permission to make every day my best day ever. I am giving myself permission to make every day my best day ever. And especially right now. Good job. Give yourself a round of applause. Woohoo! Yes. Okay. So we give ourselves permission. I give myself permission. We give ourselves permission to have every day be our best day ever. Now, how do we actually create that reality? How do we engineer our life for more best days ever? Well, we talked about the emotions that you want to feel when you design your best day ever. When you design that vision, when you design your dream day, your best day ever, what emotions are you going to be feeling from that? So not only do you want to know the actions that you're going to be taking, who you'll be around, where you'll be at, what you'll be doing, what your day looks like, the different waiters that will serve you, the different family members you'll have around, playing what games, where, when, how, going to what stadiums, what amusement parks, watching what movies, on what boat, plane, helicopter, thing, car, whatever, right? In what desert, in what mountains, in what ocean, where, in what forest, where, how, what's it going to be like, okay? What part of the world, what country, what continent. So once you get clear on that, then you can derive, pull out the emotions. I haven't said that word in a long time, derivation. Man, do you guys know I was an electrical engineer? It's so much math. Ugh. And I'm grateful for it. I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful. Grateful for derivations and integrations. You know, that is probably why I'm so, like, I don't know, spiritually hungry, because I know it's like there's different realities and dimensions, and I understand logically and intuitively the science behind it all. It's freaking awesome. Highly recommend. Go do calculus, people. Multivariable calculus. Get it done. And physics. Ooh, if you can take some physics classes, you will understand this world so much better than you do now. Oh my gosh, I'm blessed. Thank you so much for physics. Took it in high school and then took 3/4 of it in college. And it was super, super beneficial. And I'm grateful for it. Even though it was super tough and difficult and challenging, I'm grateful for it. It was a really great class. Oh man, I'm excited in the future to like go back and mess around with that kind of stuff, invent stuff. Ooh, have like world-class professors and inventors and people and all kinds of amazing stuff. Anyways, we're having fun, and I'm happy. I'm so happy. Oh man, I am happy. I'm happy. Give yourself permission to be happy. I give myself permission to be happy, fulfilled, satisfied, content. I give myself permission. Okay, so we're talking about engineering your best day ever. You created it. You figured out the emotions. What are the emotions that you want? Write them down. Okay, write down the emotions of freedom, of joy, of happiness, of gratitude, of connection, of love, abundance. And then create events, situations, circumstances, communities, things in your life. Put yourself in a new state, a new country, a new environment that has you experience these emotions more often. Okay? So that's really the awesomeness that we get to have right here, right now, to engineer, to create, to design. What's beautiful about human beings is we have this spiritual flow within us. Mother Nature, the universe, has a spiritual undercurrent in everything, every molecule, every inch, every nanometer, whatever. And then along the journey, we learned how to think. We learned how to rationalize. We learned how to produce thoughts. And these thoughts allow us to build things in our mind. It allows us to logically do things, build, create, expand. And along the journey, those thoughts picked up fear, picked up danger, picked up doubt, insecurity. All these are emotions too. And our thoughts judged, classified, deleted, distorted, generalized, as you may know from NLP. Our thoughts were this ability to translate circumstances and things in our reality, give them meaning, and that meaning has us feel emotions. And Gina was talking about Joe Dispenza earlier. Amazing guy. Highly recommend reading and studying Joe Dispenza. Great guy. Very brilliant and super just on the cutting edge of mixing energy, like spirituality, and biology and science. It's so cool. Highly recommend Joe Dispenza. If anyone has any questions, make sure you ask me about him. He's freaking awesome. I'm not super deep in him, but I've definitely listened to a lot of his books, and just great guy. So It's talking about engineering your best day ever. The emotions that you want to feel. Number one, have a process every day where you think about what emotions did I experience today? What was my feeling of today? Who was I being today? How did I show up? What ways did that make me feel? Was I feeling empowered? Was I feeling alive? Was I feeling free? Was I feeling compassionate, grateful, connected? And you get to start being the observer, the studier of your life, the witnessing presence, the reviewer. That's where this logic really comes into powerful play, is because we can look at our life, we can analyze, not just in the moment of how am I feeling right now, what's the awareness, what's the emotional intelligence, what's the intelligence quotient, or EQ, emotional intelligence, right? In addition to that, we can look in the present moment and see it, and we can look back, and we can look in the future, which is pretty awesome. But specifically looking back on a daily basis, the micro cycle of a day. And you can even look back in the past hour how you felt. But I think a daily review is a pretty standard measure of how did I do today, what did I feel, how will I continue moving forward. So be aware of the activities that give you joy and pleasure. Now, what's beautiful about our life is you may have activities right now that make you miserable. Going to work, taking out the trash, picking up your kids from school, whatever, right? You have these different activities, and they may not be your favorite, and they may suck, and you may hate them. If you, as Gina was talking about, going back to her conversation, her interview, if you used to be this person where you were a magnet for that kind of a job, for that kind of a situation with your kids, for that kind of whatever, right? You are attracting those things. You can become a new magnet. So this old magnet, negativity, doubt, meh, life sucks, I hate life. 2, I'm happy, I'm grateful, I'm excited, thank God to be alive. When you shift your emotions and come over here, you gain that emotional mastery. At least you take some more steps on it. You get started on the journey. You become more proficient in emotional mastery. You will start to notice some of the things in your life change, in your environment change. So, for example, let's take this simple example. A kid who's in high school, growing up, might have posters of whatever, women in bikinis on his wall, right? A guy might have posters of women in bikinis on his wall. And that's at 16. And then at 25, those posters are gone, and now he has pictures of rock stars, of movie stars, of philanthropists, of whatever, right? Business leaders, whatever it might be. Mark Cuban, Gary Vee, Ty Lopez, right? He has like pictures of all these people who he aspires to be like. He went through a process of changing his magnet. What he was a magnet to was all the sexual energy, which is why he attracted lots of stuff about women and bikinis and sexuality into his space. And that's why it literally got onto his wall. He's like stuck on his wall. Because that's how much it was important to him. That's how much he was thinking about it. That's how much of a magnet he was. And then 25, his magnet has changed. Now, all the tendencies and all the things about being a high schooler may not have changed in that time. He might still have 1 or 2 pictures of women in bikinis up on his wall. But the fact is, his magnet has started changing, so now he has inspirational leaders. Now he has things that inspire him, art, whatever it might be. So as you go through this process of making every day your best day ever, you can understand what do you have to shift, what do you have to change, what do you have to let go of as you step into every day is your best day ever. If every day is your best day ever, who are the people who will support you in making every day your best day ever? Who are the people who believe in you and will say today is your best day ever? Why? Because you choose it. You must surround yourself with those kinds of people. You must be your magnet. You changed your magnet to I am having the best day ever every single day. If the people are not in alignment with that or believing in that, they will either bring you down or there will be a lot of tension because they aren't willing to integrate with that. They're not willing to expand into that capacity that maybe you had been willing to expand into. So just be aware of that. Be aware that your environment will change, your environment will evolve, and give yourself permission to go through it all. You deserve it. You are your greatest possible self now, and you always will be. And you will continue to become every moment that you declare you are, because literally what you say with your words is what is real. What you say with your words and back up with actions is what is real. Okay? It's one thing to say I'm a millionaire, but if I'm not taking actions to be a millionaire, then I'm not a millionaire, right? I could be saying I'm a millionaire, but am I being a millionaire? Like, am I being? I am. That is being a millionaire. I am now a millionaire. Now, if you're not doing those habits, and I have a long way to go for my habits of being a millionaire, if you're not doing those habits, then you will not get there. And those words mean nothing. But here's the thing. If you're actively committed to pursuing your best day ever, and every day you look at what your day was like, you review, you give yourself feedback, you ask yourself what worked, what do I want to keep doing, what will I do differently next time? See, this comparison is useful because it's about optimization. It's about, okay, the next time, what will be different? How did I learn? How did I gain wisdom? How did I gain expertise? And it's super important to apply. Best day ever, every single day. Choose it. You deserve it. I love you.